All right, hello everyone, and welcome back. Okay, so we're going to start with our warm-up for today. So we're going to begin with the feet hip width apart. So we're going to take that squat down, and then we're going to take a nice big reach over to the one side, really thinking about pivoting through that one side, opening up through the core here. So we're just getting that nice full body stretch. We're going to aim for 10 repetitions. Okay, so here we go. So we've got 1, nice big lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so let's bring that right back to center here. Now we're going to sink into the right knee and then come back to center, do a little hop over to the left side. Okay, so we're going to integrate the hop in just to elevate that heart rate a little bit. If not, you can just do the step over side to side. That's no big deal either. So stepping off to the right, nice little hop here in the center for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so let's step that right foot back. Coming into lunge, I want you to think about stretching this hip here. So we're sinking into the right knee and the right hip. We're keeping that back up nice and straight. We're going to take some reaches to the side here. Now just take note here on the right knee. You want to make sure it's tracking out towards the baby toes. All right, so nice big reach here, side to side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll change it over to the other side. Okay, so sinking into that back knee again, stretching that hip, keep the back up nice and tall. This time we're going to reach to the side. Okay, so nice big reach over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good job, guys. Okay, let's bring that up nice and tall. Let's hug the knees in. So we're going to go side to side. Nice big squeeze in. Now just really open up those knees a little bit. Open up the legs here. Take that big stretch, especially into the hips, glutes, lower back. We'll aim for 10 repetitions. Then we got 2 more here. 1 and 2. All right, good job. Okay, so let's take a feet in. We're going to bring them shoulder width apart. We're going to take that stretch down and lift it back up. So focusing here on the lower back, focusing on the glutes and down the hamstrings. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, working it out here, 7, 8, last 2, 9, and 10. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so let's do some arm hugs here, or chest hugs, or self-love hugs. So nice big squeeze, open it up, open up that chest, open up that shoulder. All right. Good. All right, now let's bring that into some circles. Got this. Circle forward and back. All right. And then nice big lift to the sky, big reach. And then bring that into some elbow rotations and in the other direction. Okay, so let's grab a quick little drink. We're going to do some cardio warming up. Now, the first exercise we're going to do, we're going to take that squat down, and then we're going to do a glute kick 1 and 2. But we're not doing jumping. We're just focusing on trying to go through movement just to warm up the body. So Think about usually when I get you to do the squat down, we do a leg raise back. Basically, I want it in the controlled movement. So down and then just kick it back 1, 2. Okay. All right. So we're going to aim. We've got 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We have 4 exercises, and then we're just going to go back and we're going to repeat those 4 exercises. Okay. So let's get ready. Starting in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We get that squat, kick 1, 2, squat, kick it 1 and 2. Squat, kick it 1, 2, and kick it 1 and 2. So just keep that going, getting those muscles warmed up, opening up that chest, getting those arms in there halfway. So squatting it down, kicking it back, big squeeze. And then we have 10. We're almost there, guys. Let's pump it out nice and strong. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's bring that into either a plank at the knees or off the knees, and we're going to do arm lifts. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, change sides. 1, 2, 3, change sides. 1, 2, 3, change sides. Now, when you're doing this one, you can also focus from the knees. Keep that butt down. Don't stick that butt in the air unless you want to do the tabletop movement. So forward, side, reverse, and then just change it over to the other side, okay? So you're working on the shoulder mobility, working on getting that core warmed up as well. Okay, so we have 9 seconds left on the clock. Let's keep that going nice and strong. We're going to do 4 high knees and 10 air punches coming up next. Okay, so we have 4 high knees. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got some air punches into the air. You can do 10 with the pivot on the back foot. And then on the next set, you can do the other side. So go again, you're going to do those 4 high knees and then change it over to the other foot. I want you to make sure that you've got that pivot happening in that back foot, okay? All right, so 20 seconds. So 4 high knees, we got that 1, 2, 3, 4, or just remember you've got that low impact movement, and then you've got those 4 air or 10 air punches into the air. So just remember to pivot on those hips or through those hips and into that back foot. Okay, so changing it up, I was gonna say rest it up there. All right, coming now to a lateral jump. So we're gonna go crossing the left foot over, lateral. We got 1, 2, lateral, 1, 2. So instead of doing, say, a lateral jump or a lateral hop to the side, you're taking the outside leg, you're crossing it over, hopping over laterally, and then pumping it out for 2. The big lateral, 1, 2. Now you can also do a step into that motion. 1, 2. You can do a step. Now just make sure that that foot that's on the mat here, you want to pivot with the other leg. So you want to pivot as you do the hop or the step, okay? So don't do it on a fixed leg. Okay, so back to squat, 1, 2, squat, 1, 2, okay? So back to the squat with the heel kick or butt kick, I should say. So squat, we got 1, 2, squat, 1, 2. Okay, so keep that going. Bring those heels right to the glutes. Pump it out nice and strong. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. Okay. 3-way plank coming up next. All right, or 3-way arm lift, I should say, not plank. Okay, so either in table, on the knees, or off the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so off the knees, we've got those arm lifts. Okay, just changing over to the other side. Okay, on the knees, just keep that bum down if you're doing on the knees plank. Okay, and or tabletop plank. Okay, so this takes a lot of the core, the harder core movements out of it, but just make sure if you're in that tabletop that you're focusing on contracting the core. Just don't let the core go. Just contract it. Think about drawing the belly button into the spine. You're still in that tabletop position. You still want to activate those muscles. Okay, after this one, we're going to be doing 4 high knees, 10 air punches. Okay, so we'll change up the foot position on this next one. Okay, so 4 high knees, you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to bring it into a slightly wider than hip width apart, and then do some exaggerated rotations through the hips here. So really pivot. Okay, so punch that out or just reaching, any style you want to do there, that's fine. Okay, so no jumping on that one, just really focus on the pivoting of the hips, the toes, or sorry, the rotation of the hips and the pivoting of the feet. Okay, so 20 seconds. So pumping that out nice and strong. Okay, so we're almost there. 5 seconds left. All right. Okay, so starting at one end of the mat, you're going to do your lateral jump in 1, 2. So bring that outside leg over, hop it forward, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now just remember what I said. So the inside leg, so if the outside one's crossing over, if I'm doing it in slow motion, my foot's also pivoting. My inside foot's also pivoting to follow through. So don't pivot on a stationary foot. Okay. Okay, now this is your last set, guys. Pumping that out nice and strong. Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, guys, nice job. Okay, so we have a mix here next. Okay, so grab a drink, take a rest. We're gonna bring it right up to 10 exercises now. And we're gonna keep it at 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Now the first exercise we're gonna focus, now this is a mix of things, okay? So we have a little bit of cardio, a little bit of core, a little bit of weights. So make sure that your weights are off to the side. So we're gonna do 4 high knees and then 2 lunges. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna do your lunge forward. So we're gonna do 1 lunge and 2 lunge. Come back. You're gonna do your 4 high knees, whatever style that high knees is gonna be for you, and then you're gonna add those 2 lunges on top of that. All right, so let's get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got those 4 high knees and then driving forward 1 and 2. 4 high knees, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then driving it forward for that lunge. Okay, so just remember as you do that lunge forward, try to think about bringing that heel, like your concentration to your heel, and then really drive back as you come back through the heel of the foot, really concentrating that thigh muscle as you do it. Okay, so let's keep that going nice and strong, guys, pumping that out. Okay, so then we're gonna hit the mat. Okay, so we're gonna do some chest presses. So nice big lift up and down, chest press. Breathing out as you lift. Big squeeze. Now, if you like, you can add your feet to the sky for focusing on core. You can also push the heels in to the mat. You can do some bridging work if you like, up and down. You can even move up and down in the bridge as you press the arms up and then lower the arms and the hips down. Nice big squeeze up as you go through that movement. Okay, so we're gonna stay on the mat. We've got bicycles next. All right, so 5 seconds left. We're almost there. Okay, so you can rest flat on your back. You can do your bicycles. You can also hold up top here in the chest, do your bicycles. Or you can do the sit up, lower down, sit up, lower down, using lots of control. Okay, so a little bit harder, that one, if you're pumping that out like that, for sure. Okay, so we've got 7 exercises left. Now, the next one we're going to be doing, just to give you a heads up, is going to be the jumping jack squat. Okay, jumping jack with a squat. Okay, so it's 2 movements, and it's more cardio focused. Now, again, too, we can do the low impact and the high impact versions for that. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got the jumping jack squat, jumping jack squat. Okay, and then you have your low impact squat, jumping jack. Okay, low impact. All right, so let's pump that out nice and strong, working that. Okay, so then after this one, we're gonna do some lunges, but we're gonna do pulses. We're gonna do 4 pulses, then change. But you can use your dumbbells in this one coming up. Okay, gotta get those words out, you know? Okay, so 14 seconds. So we're almost there. Pumping that out, remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so coming into lunge, now we're just gonna pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're gonna change it to the other side. So getting ready. Okay, so here we go. Let's pulse that out nice and strong. Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. So pumping it up and down. All right, so take your time. Keep that back heel off the floor. Remember to sit into it so that your back is nice and straight. So make a double check that you're not leaning forward towards your knee. Okay, so after this one, we're gonna hit up bird dog. We got bird dog. All right. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so coming into bird dog, we're gonna extend the opposite arm to leg. So remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. All right, so pumping that out nice and strong. Now, when you're doing that, think about contracting the abs, keeping the back flat. So make sure that the back, the lower back isn't curving or the belly isn't dropping down so that it's pulling a curve, a lower back curve. So try to just do a double check there, make sure that your back is flat. Okay, coming up after this one, we have 2 jumping jack legs with 2 sumo movements. So 2 separate exercises. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in a little bit of a squat position, we're gonna do the jumping jack legs, then sumo. 1, 2, back to jumping jack legs, and then sumo. 1, 2. Okay, so let's pump that out nice and easy. Now, if you don't want to do the jumping jack legs, so you would do stepping out instead, and then back to sumo. 1, 2. Okay, so now we're at the halfway mark for sets. After this one, we've got 3 sets left, and we're gonna work on some shoulder movements next. Okay, so let's keep that going nice and strong. We have 14 seconds left. Don't give up now. 10 seconds. Almost there. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so nice big lift up and then to the side. Nice lift up and then to the side. So a little bit of a bend in the elbow, just a micro bend. Don't lock out. 3, 2, 1. So nice lift. Breathing. All right, so let's keep that going nice and strong, guys. So pumping that out. Now the next exercise we're gonna do, we can definitely hang on to our weights. We're gonna do the curtsy lunge coming up, the curtsy lunge. All right, so we're almost there. We have 15 seconds. So pump that out nice and strong. Take your time through the movement. The weight stuff, do not rush it, just take your time. I prefer the quality over the quantity in those cases. Okay, so stepping back into curtsy and then changing over to the other side. So just remember that when you do curtsy, that you step back on the diagonal. Okay, so look at my foot, curtsy, come back, curtsy, come back. Okay, so the foot goes off behind and on a slight diagonal when you do that movement. Okay, so we're almost getting there now. Now we're gonna hit the floor right after this one. We're gonna work on some abs. We've got some abs next. All right, so 15 seconds left. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so palms together. We're gonna do the lift up. You're gonna rotate to the one side, lower down. Now over to the other side, lower down. Okay, so when you do the curl up for the obliques, you can alternate right and then go down, then do left. All right, so just go nice and controlled. And you can also do a full lift up, a quarter, or a half. So just go with your comfortable range of motion for that one. Okay, everyone's going to be different for sit-ups. Okay. All right. So 5 seconds left. Then we're going to be moving on to some upper body. All right, so that's a rest. So grab a drink, rest up. Now what we're going to do, we're going to move into, I'm going to keep it at the 40 seconds. We're going to do some strength training for the upper body. So go ahead, have your rest. And then we're going to jack it up for exercises here. Okay, so we have 8 exercises total, but we're just going to double it. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the first exercise and then repeat it. So it's going to be 2 sets. And then we're just going to move through time. Okay. Now the first exercise we're going to be doing is going to be side lateral raise, just like we did in the last round. So arms out to the sides, a little bit of a bend in the shoulder. Okay. All right. So abs are nice and tight, knees are going to be bent, and then we're going to fly those arms out to the sides. All right. So let's get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here we go. Now pumping that out nice and strong, guys, as you do the lift up and down, really focusing on the lateral side of the shoulder. So just on this side. So remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Really concentrate on that center of gravity. Knees are soft. Don't lock your joints out. And continue through the movement. Now, if you don't want to use the weights, that's fine. You can just use your body weight as well as you do the movements. So breathing out and down. All right, so let's take your rest, and then we're going to repeat that. So let the muscle recover, and then we're going to come right back to it. So getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so nice big lift up. Remember to breathe out as you lift. So a little bit of a micro bend in that elbow, micro bend in the knees. Don't lock your joints, keep pumping it out. Okay. So on the next one, we're going to be doing bicep curls. So keep it going. You may want to increase your weight for biceps. So we have 15 seconds. So we're almost there. 8 seconds left to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so nice big lift up. Concentrating on the front of the arm. Breathing out, go slow on the way down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so as I said before, so you're focusing here in the front of the arm, bicep, you're gonna lift the palm, it comes all the way up, then go slow on the way down. So eccentrically contracting, so the muscle is still working both on the up and the down. All right, so 20 seconds left, then we're gonna repeat that movement. Okay, so ma'am, keeping the knees bent, abs are tight. Don't let those abs go. Still focus on that center of gravity here at the belly. And we're almost there. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now just let your muscles recover. Grab a drink. You have 15 seconds on the clock. And then we're going to repeat the movement. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so nice big squeeze up. Lower down. Squeeze up. Lower down. So stay focused on the movement. Remember to breathe out. We've got this. Piece of cake, right? All right. Big lift. And almost there. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to lower my weight now. You'll probably want to do the same. We're going to do tricep kickback. So in the bent position, elbows tucked in, both arms moving at the same time. We're kicking it back. Okay, so pumping that out nice and strong. Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. Keep the elbows tucked in. Nice big lift. Now, as you're doing this one, think about squeezing the back of the arm. So as you extend, think about the tricep in the back of the arm. So the arm is extended, and you think about squeezing that tricep muscle, okay? Now, when you're doing this, make sure the elbow and the arm are flying past your back. So lots of control here. Keep the elbow tucked in. Oh, and of course, keep your abs contracted, knees are bent. All right, take your 15 seconds of rest. We're going to change it. We're going to keep it to this one, not change it over to the other side because we're doing both sides at the same time. Too much talking. Okay. All right, so again, we're doing those kickbacks. So nice extension of those arms. Those hips come back. Maybe even bring your gaze forward, okay, or look down. Okay, a little bit better to look down, neutralizes the neck. Sometimes looking up maybe put too much strain on the back of your neck, depending on who you are. Okay, so pump that out nice and strong. So we're gonna do rear flies next. Okay, we're gonna alternate them. Now you can do them standing or seated, guys, standing or seated. Either way works. Okay, so I'm gonna do the alternated bent over one, seated. So we're gonna go 1, lift to the side, 2, lift to the other side. Big lift. Okay, so alternating side to side as you do the lift. Now, if you're in the bent position, just making sure that the back is flattened, okay? So if you notice here in your back, you just want to make sure that this feels flat. The spine, the middle of the spine is the same way. So you're not taking any kind of roundness in the back when you're doing the bent over position. So bent over, the back is flat, and then we're going to alternate side to side. So you notice when you only do one side at a time, it feels more challenging because the weight is trying to pull you to that one side, okay? So rest. So it's important to contract, especially to activate, because on that other side, you're contracting those muscles as well, which is helping you then control that one side, okay? Okay, so repeat your round. Okay, so what I'm saying is if you're not contracting, you're going to feel movement shifting maybe through the feet, through the core. So keep things nice and tight so that you can stabilize. And of course, draw strength through there. Okay, so keep that going. We're going to do some shoulder presses coming up next. Seated or standing, it doesn't matter. Seated or standing coming up next. So if you're seated, you're sitting up nice and tall. If you're standing, the knees are bent, okay? So 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's do some alternating shoulder presses. So moving side to side. As you lift up, breathing out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so alternating side to side. Now again, if you're in that seated position, the abs are tight and you're alternating that movement. The back is up nice and tall. And if you're standing, just make sure that the knees are bent a little bit. And of course, the abs are tight. So it's any seated or standing position, just making sure that abs are contracted and you're focusing on them. Okay, so 11 seconds left, and then we're gonna rest and then repeat on that. So we're gonna repeat. Okay, so let's keep that going nice and strong. So we got 2, 1. Okay, so grabbing your drink, let those muscles recover, and then we're gonna go back to the next one. Okay, so nice big press up, big squeeze. Breathing out. Okay, so let's keep that going nice and strong. Last 10. 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so next movement, we're going to do some hammer curls. So palms are facing in for this one, and we're going to do a double arm lift, or you can alternate because we're on a timer, so you can work at your own here. Okay, so either double arm, palms face in, okay, or you've got that alternating side to side, nice big lift. Okay, so any style there is fine. You go ahead, do what you need to do there. Okay, so let's keep that going nice and strong. So we have 2 sets on that. So if you're in that standing position or seated, but if you're standing, remember that the knees are bent and then your abdominal wall is contracted. So you're focusing on that center of gravity. Okay, so keep that going. We have 3, 2, 1. Okay, so rest, let the muscles recover. Then we're gonna repeat that. So we're gonna repeat that. Three, 2, 1. Okay, so here we go again. So we've got the palms are facing in. We're doing the hammer curl up. And again, or alternating side to side. Okay, so just staying focused there. Okay, so after this one, we're going to be at 4 sets left. So 2 exercises. Okay, and now on the next one, heads up, you can do this one standing or seated. Now I'll demo both styles. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so extending the arms overhead, then a nice big lift up. Breathing out for tricep extension. So you're using 1 dumbbell, you're cupping the end of 1 dumbbell. Okay, alternatively, if this one sort of bothers your shoulders lifting like that, you can lay flat on the mat, bring the, oh, I think my chair is in the way here. You can bring the arms to the sky and then bending at the elbows. We call these ones skull crushers, no pun intended. Lowering that dumbbell down just towards where the hairline and the forehead meet there. The hairline meets the forehead, I should say. And then it's a nice big lift up and down on that one. Okay, so just remember, we're going to repeat that, or maybe you want to jump on the mat and try that other exercise. You can do that as well. Okay, so either one's fine. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so either that seated position or on the mat is fine as well. And then another variation that we usually do, I'll just talk about this while you guys are doing your set, is you can do this one over the head in a standing split stance. I like the standing split stance because it gives you a nice wide base to work with. And then when you're doing that, you feel a little bit more stabilized as opposed to kind of standing and maybe trying it like that. But you change it up, see how they feel, go with how that works for you. Okay. Okay, so knees are bent. We're going to lift the arms, rotate 1, 2, and then come back down. So if I'm just a little bit closer here, I'm lifting up, rotate 1, 2, and then back down. So from the side view, it's up 1, 2, and then back down again. Okay, so for this one, we're working the shoulders for sure. We're bringing that dumbbell up. We've got the shoulder work going on there, and then we're working on some rotation. So rotation through the shoulder joint, rotation through the elbows, and then we're also getting a little into the wrists as well. So working on some joint mobility. Okay, so we got 10 seconds left. We're gonna rest. And then right after this one, we're gonna cool it down. We're gonna take some stretches. Okay, so rest, take a drink, let the muscles recover, and then we're gonna get right back to it. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now let's pump that out nice and strong, guys. Now I'm just gonna sneak my stuff away here, clear my workspace so we can focus on some stretching coming up next. All right. Okay, so we're almost there now. We got that lift up, we got that rotate. Stay focused on that movement. Okay, so 10 seconds left. Take that nice and easy. Last few, working that out. All right, 2, 1. Perfect, good work, guys. Okay, so standing up nice and tall here. Okay, so maybe you integrate a chair into this stretch. This is what I call a prop. So you're gonna stand up nice and tall. You can draw the heel of the foot right into the glute. And alternatively, if you don't need a prop and the balance is generally pretty good, and you can reach that foot, take a nice big stretch up, work on that balance. And then we'll change it over to the other side. And again, nice big reach up. Now I'm gonna use a chair for the next stretch. So please join me if you've got a chair handy there. We're gonna bring that into a seated position. Take your right leg. We're gonna cross it over. I'm bringing it above my knee. So sit up nice and tall, take my right palm, press above my kneecap. So I'm just pressing down here. I'm taking a really nice stretch into my hips. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. Okay, and then we'll just change it over to the other side. So pressing down, taking a nice stretch into my hip joint. Good, and then release. Okay, now take your right one, stack it over the left leg, and then take your left palm, reach it towards the outside of the right one, and take a nice twist, rotation. Look over the right shoulder. And then let's bring it back to center, and then change it over to the other side. Let's come back to center. Okay, so just standing up nice and tall here. I'm just gonna ditch the chair. Okay, so interlocking the fingers together, take a nice big reach to the sky, reach to the left, reach to the right, and then a little roll here. So as I'm rolling here, if you look, I'm just rounding my spine here, dropping my chin to the chest, and then rolling up to the other side. So let's reverse, go the other direction, take a nice little bend right here through that mid spine, and then nice big roll up to the top. Bring the arms down. Let's interlock the fingers behind, but for the lower back. So just taking a nice little interlock here. So open up your shoulder here. We did a lot of work through the front of the shoulder. So you're just taking that nice roll back. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Good, and then a few of the elbow rotations. And in the other direction. And some wrist rotations. And in the other direction. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the workout for today, and I'll see you back here real soon. Take care. Bye for now.